Well, if you are the kind of person that believes that Ghana is a place that's too difficult to thrive, well, what I'll say is that success is not restricted to locations. So, yes, Ghana is as good a place as any to prosper, to live, settle, relocate, do business, and thrive just as any other place. As a matter of fact, it is one of the best places to do business and thrive. And that is why Ghana attracts so many foreigners that come to resettle and live here with their families, and they never complain. They to be honest, have so many good things to say about the country, about how peaceful the country is, about how friendly the people are, how hospitable they are, and so on. Even fellow Africans talk about this all the time. Now, I want to show you something that I found, okay? Because I am aware and I know that there are many people that see the other side of the story. To be honest with you, I cannot claim that it is all rosy here in Ghana. But think about it. It is not rosy anywhere else in the world. There are people suffering everywhere in very rich countries and very advanced economies as well. So that is something that happens everywhere you go on this earth. The the problem that I want to talk about, or the issue that I want to talk about, is why that people have this idea that a place like Ghana, being a third world country, is a place fraught with so many problems and hardships that it is not conducive for families to relocate and to do business and thrive. That is a false narrative that I want you to shift from. It's about time that you had a new vision, a new understanding, about a place like Ghana. You know, so one thing that I like to say is that there is if you are able, one way that you can tell whether a place is conducive for business is to look around you and to see whether other people have become successful, have relocated here and become successful. If you find evidence, if you find any evidence of that, that tells you, and you need no further argument, that tells you that it is possible for you also to thrive. You know, if others can do it, why can't you do it? So that's the point. And honestly, most of the time, it is our own hesitations and doubts and believing false narratives that make us become our own obstacles and prevent action that could have taken us forward. You know, let me show you something that I found, and that illustrates my point. Now, this is a seed that I found lying on the ground. Now, this little seed here looks very weak and insignificant, but it is the seed of a very big tree. So on the surface of it, it looks very unlikely that such a small, tiny, insignificant looking thing can grow into a huge tree. But that exactly is what it is. This seed is like your vision, it's like your dream, it's like that thought that you have in your head that you imagine can grow into something huge. It can, but you doubt it, you do not fully believe it, and that is the only thing preventing it from becoming what it is meant to be. Seeds are meant to be still, lie on the ground, on fertile ground, and then they sprout, they germinate. That is all they have to do. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to put in efforts. They don't have to stress over it. They just have to simply lie still and let action take over, nature take over. Our thoughts are exactly the same. Our dreams are exactly the same. The only reason why our dreams do not manifest most of the time is because we stress over it, we overthink it, and we do not take action because we do not believe that it is possible. If the seed had any mind, it would probably most likely doubt that it could become something big like a tree. But that exactly is the potential hidden in this tiny, insignificant looking thing. That dream that you have that you think is insignificant, that you think cannot become that giant vision that you always imagine, is something that is already made. It's something that has already happened if you're able to still your mind. I've said that the seed has to lie still on fertile ground and then it can sprout and germinate and become that huge thing that it is meant to be. So, for you, what is the fertile ground? What constitutes the fertile ground in which you must lay still and germinate? One thing that I always say is that to find out whether a place is conducive, a place is suitable, a place is right for the kind of dream that you have, is to look around you. And if other people have made it, are making it in that same environment in which you are, that tells you that that ground is fertile, because all those other people that are making it are not different from you. The only difference between you and them is that they have taken action and you are hesitating and you are procrastinating and you are afraid to take action because you doubt yourself, because you believe other people telling you that Africa is too hard a place to survive, because Africa is full of hardship. Africa has a weak economy and all of that. And yet there are foreigners that come into Ghana, come into Africa and thrive every day. So the question is, why can't that be you? All right. So that dream that you have about making it wherever you are, I like to talk specifically about Ghana because this is where I am. But I know for a fact that so many people have relocated from out of the country and have made it big here. And I see no reason, to be honest with you, why local people would complain that Ghana is so difficult. I am not a rich person. I am still trying to figure my way out in the system, but I am sure that it is a place that is conducive for business, for plans that will put you ahead, and that is what I like to talk about. I think that it is easy for someone to say that when you say that other people have survived and made it here in Ghana or in a place like Ghana or Africa for that matter, I am oversimplifying it because there are so many people that are struggling, unemployed, and have no jobs, have no business, have no capital, and so on. But that is the mind game all over again because there are people that have come from very poor background, that have come from poor families, that have had nothing to begin with, that have made it, and it is only because they took action. And that has always been the difference. Instead of sitting idle and doubting and dreaming of probably emigrating, there is nothing bad about emigrating, to be honest. But in the meantime, while you're here, you need to take action. You don't have to be idle. There is a lot that you can do. Or instead of saying to yourself that I am broke, I have no connections, I do not know the right people, there's nothing that I can do about my situation. I'm telling you that there are other people in worse situations that have taken action and that have gotten out of their bad situation and have really made it big. Why can't you do the same? What I am telling you simply is that it is time for you to stop being your biggest obstacle. It is time for you to take action and stop believing in that false narrative. It is time for you to get to work. So whenever you are in doubt, just remember the seed. Remember that this is your dream. And remember that your dream, just as it is, has all the potential to become what you want it to be. All that you have to do is to still your thoughts. Do not overthink. Stop being afraid. Stop being restless. Okay? The seed, if the seed was restless, if it did not lie still, it would never germinate. The same applies to us. If our thoughts and vision does not lie still, meaning that if you are not able to rest still and take action, this dream would not sprout and germinate into the big vision that you have. Nature is talking to us, and that's exactly what I'm saying. That all that you have to do is to still your mind, stop being afraid, stop hesitating, stop procrastinating, and stop hesitating. Simply take action, let action take over, okay? And you will see that Ghana or anywhere else that you are for that matter is always a place to survive and thrive. Not only survive, but to thrive as well. Okay, you honestly are made to conquer the wild, so there is no place that can conquer or defeat you until you allow it. I think Ghana is a great place to be because there are people that have made it here and continue to make it here, go out for holidays, go to Europe, to other continents, come back here. So, you know that this is their base and this is where they have made it, and there is opportunity here. What I also like to say is that certain doors cannot be seen until you take action. So as you stand in your doubts, there are many doors that are going to open that you do not even see yet. It is only when you begin to take action that those doors begin to open. So instead of standing there and doubting and focusing on that doubt and reciting all the reasons why everything is impossible, it is time for you to take a step. And as you take those steps, the doors begin to open. Remember that the seed is always in darkness. When you put the seed in that furrow, when you dig and you put the seed in it, you cover it up with sand. It is in darkness, it doesn't see anything, all right? But it lies still, it does not fret, it does not think and overthink, it is not afraid, it just lies still. It means that you must persist. In the beginning it looks dark, but that is just part of the process. It is dark, but you still persist. You remain still. That is what it means to remain still, just like the seed. Okay, and in that stillness, it is not idleness or inactivity. It is stilling your mind, not fretting, not being restless, not everything is under control if you still your mind. And so you just lie still and persist. In that darkness that you feel you are in, that is where the seed begins to germinate and comes out into the light. Okay, so that's exactly how it is. So when people say that it is very difficult to live in Ghana, I understand what they mean. I understand their point of view. I'm not disagreeing entirely, but even in that darkness, we're going to spring out and germinate and become that mighty tree that we envision. And that is exactly what the seed tells us. And that is what we have to do to get our vision, to achieve our vision. So ignore everything else. Forget about everything else. Stop thinking, rethinking, and overthinking. Just be still and get into action. And then you will see that doors will start opening. And that is how other people have made it. They are no better than you. It is just a matter of taking action and having a conviction that as you go along, you'll figure things out. And that's exactly what happens. And I have seen it for myself. I've seen other people go through it, and I am absolutely convinced that Ghana, or wherever you are for that matter, is a place that you can still survive and beyond all of that, thrive. Not only survive, but thrive, be successful, and have your dream manifest. Well, if you are the kind of person that believes that Ghana is a place that's too difficult to thrive, well, what I'll say is that success is not restricted to locations. And even in other advanced countries, there are people that are or still find themselves in hardship. It is not about where you are, it is about what you do and what you believe. So, the thoughts is what you have to, your thoughts is what you have to renew and really have thoughts that help your cause. I think that it is very important to have the right perception of wherever you are because perception is key. Our perceptions often lead us astray, and I say that because it is not really very often that you find people having very accurate perceptions of their surroundings, and so it is best to really take your time to analyze and research before you draw any conclusions. One funny thing and one interesting fact is that the average human being sheds his skin about a thousand times in his lifetime, but you don't even see it. When lizards shed their skin, you see it. When reptiles shed their skin, it's very easy to see. We humans also shed our skin, but we don't even see it. So our skin changes about a thousand times over through the course of our lifetime. Our thoughts also are things that we outgrow. We outgrow our thoughts. And so as we go along, we need to renew our thoughts and have different thoughts, different perceptions, and different beliefs. I believe that everywhere, anywhere you are, you can be successful. Many people in Ghana think that being in Ghana is like being lost and being cursed or having a difficult time, and the only plan of escape is to travel out of the country to make it. I've been out there and I've seen many people that are really in dire hardship, and so I am not convinced that success is restricted to particular locations per se. Wherever you are here, so far as people are making it here, you can also do the same. And as a matter of fact, be successful wherever you are. You need to have renewed thoughts, you need to have thoughts that help you, and then you need to shed all those old thoughts that have not brought you out of any bad situation that you figure that you are in. And so, my only thing is to say that, yeah, I believe absolutely that Ghana is a place that is conducive for family life, for business, and it can be your springboard. It can be a place that you begin something big that will carry you across the globe. I'm glad that you were here, and I would like to see you again in our next meetup. Ciao.